showcase as we've got Team Black facing off against Team Gray this afternoon. Two teams that won their opening games over the course of the morning session, looking to try and get themselves into tomorrow with a perfect record. Getting a look at our starting goaltenders for this game today for Team Black, Lee Hudson, Sway Panther. To start, Sway Panther's best goaltender record in game one, picked up the win for Team Black. Gunnar Podolin gets the start for Team Green, where broadcast lab making his first start of the weekend. Team Green defeating Team Red 4-1 early this morning. Black knocked off Team Green by a 5-2 score. Both these teams coming in after a win. We'll see what happens here. It's really for each of these teams today. Black just played the game not moments ago, about 3 hours before this. Gray had a bit more of the time off after playing the early morning game at 8:15. Underway here this afternoon, and a shot to the blue line along the left wing side. Now taken over here by Team Black, and getting into that puck was Gage. Gage Monk, who scored a pair of goals in Black's win earlier today. Puck loose in the center ice. Got to force that one ahead was Jackson. Squire, but back in now is Mark with a shot from the right wing side. Getting the stick in the way of that, and bouncing that up and out of play for Team Gray. It's a defensive play of the league defender Carter Mitchell, 6'4", 187 pounds. Can't move the product again. It's only about 14 years old, so still a lot more growing for these kids to do. Soft will come. Left side of the goal. It's collected up here. Started ahead by Team Gray, trying to make their way out through the neutral zone. But offense pushed back in by Macklin Pullen, who also scored earlier today for Team Black. They will get to it on the left wing side now. It will be Black will pick it off and shot for the line. Then stopped. It was Bonds to put it on. Now Pullen with a shot for the slot, and he fired it wide of the blocker's side of Podolin. Macy gave the puck up right to the side of that. Macy had a phenomenal performance this morning. Golden assisting his Team Gray's victory off the blue line, moving in with a shot. And getting an opportunity on goal there. Down towards the middle ice, took the shot. Manola, who's been busy so far, will pick up that half. In this game early on, a 0-0 score. Half to the mark, 1-4. So 0-0 top. Way back within left wing corner. That was intercepted there. Black trying to force this one towards the front of the net. And there's Wade Lightfoot for the left wing side, but didn't get a shot away. Carried back inside of the neutral zone and picked up there by Team Black defender Pennell, who will play it ahead. Working his way back down inside his own end net. Colby Lutz gets this back out ahead through center. Taking back on inside of his own zone here is the defender in the way of Lucas Wolf from Peterborough. Here's a chance to a backhand thrown to the net. And his first save for Hudson Swank, as he makes that stop right in time. And able to pick off that shot on the try line. It was his first save of this afternoon. Just over 2 minutes into the show. After the puck inside side of the Team Gray blue line here. 15:42 to go in this opening period. 0-0 still waiting. The game's first goal scorer here. One of two teams to play very differently in first periods in their opening games. Gray brings this back in, but Charlie Gibbons was onside. Game take place back at center. Team Gray didn't see a goal scored in their opening period of their first game. They scored 4 times in the second period. Team Black had a 2-2 tie after one period earlier this morning. A bit of different pass and getting to where they're at right now. Left on the side, throw it to the net. Who makes the save. Fall on top of that puck and hang on with 15-22 to go here in the opening period. Score remaining 0-0. There by Leo Kulak, and now it's taken here by Lightfoot. He starts back down the wrong side. Side is going to check it. Defending all the way of Ben Campbell, but that will be brought back in. That's offside. Ben Campbell is on in this opening period. 0-0 remains our score. Final game tonight. Going right out of this. 16-5. Wrap up day one of this showcase. Part of a back-to-back successful weekend up to the 11s and now this weekend here on the 20 fans. It's been so great to be a part of that. It's a very successful weekend, but still a lot more hockey coming up throughout the course of today, but also into tomorrow and Sunday as well. Back with him now. Puck the high slot. Work to loose here in the right circle. Marks back in. The puck tipped off the stick of the corner of the blocker side off the post. And a great look there for Team Black. That was Gage Margaret, a chance to score his third of the weekend, but couldn't put it on. Look for a hole off a sneaking goal. Now the right sideline kitchen. It's a goal of blue line for Moody to try. There's a left and by Neeson in front. Just to the fly. See that down on the goal line with it now. Escapes, regroup and send this in deep. Back to that now is Jack. Jack will take this into the center. Back out across the blue line. Making his way down the left lane. Trying to center a pass back in front. On the right side, couldn't get to that puck. Loose in the skates here. It was played back out through the center. Jack on a secondary effort. Gets to the right now. He got punched on a big hit. shot back inside of the 18 flag zone.
Assistant number 18, Michael Taylor. And number 15, Reese Barnes. Prospect
Taylor and
7,
Reese
13,
Barnes, and
second.
the assists on the board
That's Beach
coming from
Taylor,
them.
prospect 14.
As they're 1-0 behind. As Holmes down to the blue line, trying to force out to the front of that. Down by 10, but right back into the right wing corner. Here's the Werder. Puts it back behind the net now. Sear. Left point. One shot off a stick. Back down to the right wing corner now. Trying to race after that was the Border, but it's Blackman will take it back the other way. up the score. 4-4. Second period of the opening of the early night in a 4-1 win over Team Red. And now they've done it here in period one against Team Black in this back down ice. Then we'll go for an icing and another face-off back inside of the Team Black zone. Kevin Canola not had a whole lot of face so far. Barrage. Black ability to put some shots through. Make some the comfort through to a 4-0 lead. Line of the net now is Team very well covered, trying to play to the blue line. Intercepting the right foot comes the other way. He's being defended and pounded on a good back check by McWhorter. He got back to get under him and take that puck away. Forced back out through center. It's McWhorter who will get ahead. McWhorter out to neutral ice. Into the offensive zone. The Campbell Blue by the way consistent. As they will be brought ahead now and taken over by Preston Penna. Got it to White foot on the side of the net. Along for Penna, White sick over the top. That was knocked down in front. Sear on the left wing, turning away from pressure. Sent back up It's intercepted right in front of the corner to the man who scores. Mason Porter on the left side, able to poke that one past. It's a goal for Team Gray. Give themselves a 5-0. Hard work in front of that by Brady Sear and also Mason Porter. The last touch on that, I think, was the corner, but flies back to the bench. And 109 here in this opening period. Play is exploded to a 5. Along the puck is Sear in the corner. Put it back down low to go. And finally the play here in the opening period, which makes me want to get the rest of them try and regroup here in this hockey game. They put him right side, trying to play track it down. Loose puck comes through the middle. Here's Peno. Plays along the left wing. Now back up the center. Gray will send it ahead. From Gutenberg. Cross the right wing side. Gutenberg send that one in. Gutenberg couldn't find it as well, so that will be an offside with 32 seconds remaining here in the first period. That's 5 goals from 5 different goal scorers since this so far for Team Gray. That is McWhirter's goal, the second goal of the day. That one open for Team Gray, that 4-1 win over Team Gray. They will get ahead with it. Forcing it back inside the black zone. Trying to get a handle on that. Bouncing puck will come to Campbell. Trying to work away from the puck. Send back out for a second. Back corner up to the side. Trying to get down the middle of the front. So this one is goals. So Sear picks up his first goal. Goal scorers. It's Gray that has jumped out to a big lead, 5-0 after the opening period here from 5 different goal scorers for Team Gray. As mentioned, as they are able to pick up markers in the first period from Nicholas Peach, who opened scoring. Finn Crookshank also in there as well. Brady Sears benched at the end of the period. Riley Taylor and also Ben Campbell. So 5 different goal scorers for Team Gray. Put them ahead by a 5-0 score. A lot of work for Team Black to try and get back into this one. We'll have that coming up for you in the second period of this game. But a lot of work for Team Black to try and make their way back. Team Gray much too dominant after that opening period. 5-0. So big opening period for Team Gray. We'll see what take a timeout. We'll come back. Number 2.
So you can hear me read up and not have
See what we can do with period number 2 here from
Okay.
Let me ask if she can hear me.
Check, check. one. Welcome back inside of Cal Tire Place North here in Vernon. Trevor Miller here with you. It is the third of 4 games here on this Friday afternoon. And in case you missed it, in the first period of this game here today, it was all Team Gray. They lead 5-0 after the opening period. They'll switch ends. They'll go right to left on your computer screens in the second period. Left to right will go Team Black, as we're underway and getting set for period number 2 here from Cal Tire Place North. 5 different goal scorers for Team Gray, able to find their way to the score sheet in the opening period. Back in is Team Black, trying to get back in the game, and a shot from the left wing side by Wade Lightfoot that went off of a body and wide in front of the net. Carried back along now on the right side as Team Black trying to advance their way inside of the offensive zone. Gray is trying to just force their way out. The puck underneath of a couple of bodies there, and that will halt play just 34 seconds in to the second period. So face-off that will come back out to neutral territory. 5 goals as mentioned in the opening period. Ben Campbell scoring for Team Gray, as well as Nicholas Peach, Finn Crookshank, Brady Sear, and Riley Taylor. So a big opening frame for Team Gray. And we're planning on getting the head coach of Team Gray, Glenn Carnegie, up for a quick chat in the second intermission. So we'll hope to have that for you as this puck is centered back in front. A bouncing puck will make its way back to the blue line. Here's Archibald with it now. Slides a backhander there in front that was kicked down toward the front of the net and brought back the other way here by Team Gray. Here's McKenzie now, who will try to advance his way inside of the offensive zone. Lost the handle in neutral territory, and taken back over here as that's Wade Lightfoot that will play it back in. McKenzie back inside of his own zone, trying to force that one out. It's intercepted and taken back by Team Black, thrown to the pads of Gunnar Podolin, but it stays underneath of his gear, and he's able to make that save and hang on that shot from the left wing side that will see the faceoff come back inside of Team Gray territory. Just over a minute and 10 seconds into the second period. Again, 5-0 for Team Gray. They won earlier. They won 4-1 over Team Red to kickstart this day. Team Black was coming off a 5-2 victory over Team Blue earlier today. Red and Blue will play each other at 6:45 tonight to cap off day number 1 of this UMH-68 2010 showcase. Puck battle there on the left wing side. Forced toward the front of the net. Podolin the save. The rebound loose in front. Another chance there. That was Mason Patra that put that toward the front of the goal. And Podolin there to keep that one out. So again, like Team Black did in the opening part of this game in the first period, they're doing it again here in the second, just getting some really good opportunities in the early going. But it has been Gunnar Podolin and Team Gray who have forced them away. Loose puck now will take flight back out through the center. Here's Patra back with this, dropping it off on the right side. Gage Marcus shot, and Podolin there to make the save and hang on. Just over 2 minutes into this second period. A reminder, our title sponsor for this tournament is Iron Ghost Construction, recognized as a top contractor in multiple industries such as oil and gas, forestry, and agriculture, from building turnkey production facilities that produce canola oil, biodiesel, condensate, and also oil to keep up with the industry changes in forestry, where new technology and equipment are replacing that of the past. Iron Ghost specializes in the main structures with a large employment of iron workers, crane operators, and millwrights. Iron Ghost has successfully completed projects in BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Team Gray trying to advance their way out. Held on at the blue line, and a shot from the line there by Jacques. Went off of a stick and wide to the corner. Now we'll come back out through to center. Big collision there. Is getting involved on that was Tanner Massey, and also Trident Edwards as well. Puck sent up the boards right side. Edwards right point. Holds it on. Takes the long shot that was punched away from the front of the net by Podolin. Goes back behind the goal, and Team Gray back onto it here as they'll try and advance their way out from their own end. And starting ahead with that on the right side is Holmes, who will force this in deep. Grayson Holmes sees his puck go around the boards on the left wing side. Here's Massey.
Left wing corner, just over 3 minutes into the second period. Try to centering pass back in front, knocked down, loose shot, scores, and it's Massey from the left face-off circle who has put Team Gray ahead 6-0. And after a goal in the earlier game of the day, Massey has his second goal of the tournament, finding the back of the net from the left face-off circle through the glove side of Hudson Swankhusen, and it is a 6-0 game in favor of Team Gray as they add another here in the second period in the early going, just over 3 minutes in. So Team Gray flexing their offensive muscle here in the second game of their day. Both these teams playing the second games of their day. And it's Gray who's up to the 6-0 lead. They're back for more. Here's Peach trying to center. Looking for his second of the afternoon. That was knocked down, and a lead feed and a chance the other way. It's a break and a shot there from the left side by Brum that was stopped by Podolin. He makes another good save on a point-blank shot there by Brum. And down ice, that will go for an icing, and a great look there for Team Gray for Team Black on the opportunity by Brum as he got to the puck in the left circle, and it is Podolin who stands tall to make that save. Reminder, the dressing room snacks today are brought to you by Nature's Fair Markets. If it's good for you, we've got it. Face-off will come back toward the front of the net, and driving to the front of the goal there was Jackson Squire. Tried to put that one onto the front of the net, and that was stopped up by Podolin, who was able to hang on. Face-off that will come back inside of the offensive zone of Team Grays once more. Trying to advance that one out from their own end now as it's spilled past the glove side of the goal of Podolin, and wrapping it back in the right wing circle here is Team Black, and now they'll advance their way back out to center. Here's Barnes. Lead feed now as it's chopped back in by Nicholas Peach. Peach works it back down inside of the offensive zone, down to the left wing corner. Scrumming forward here is everybody looking to battle for the puck. And it comes loose there where it's Morgan Reed that will play it back down below the goal line, and starting it out on the left wing side here is Team Black. A lead feed that couldn't get the Squire, but played along now for Black, and a centering feed in front. What a stop! Outstanding save by Gunnar Podolin, going from right to left to make a magnificent stop on the 2-on-1 opportunity for Team Black. And a really good look from the left wing side. It was Brum who centered a pass right in front. Going to the net was Squire, and just a fantastic save. Podolin going right to left to make that big stop and keep it a 6-0 game. So no matter the pressure that Team Black has put on, even if they have had some, it has been the play of Gunnar Podolin that has really kept his team square in it and kept his team with a goose egg still on the scoreboard against. Puck down inside of the Team Black zone, and this is forced way back down inside of the offensive end where it is collected up here by Holmes. Turning back off the pressure there as Team Black trying to keep this puck inside of the offensive end. And long shot from the blue line, redirected just wide of the goal of Podolin on the glove side. Up the boards, that will come, and Gray will advance their way out now. We've seen some big-time pressure by Black here in the second period, but Gray's done a good job to keep it away, and also the play of Podolin has helped that as well. Puck sent along to the middle now. Parsons worked down to the corner. Here's Sear with a centering pass that was right through the slot. Long shot by McKenzie off a stick and out of play. 14:27 to go. Second period. 6-0 the score in favor of Team Gray. And a draw that will come to the blocker's side of the goal. Of Hudson Swankhusen. Off the face-off now, it is Black that will control deep inside of their own end. And puck up to the right point. Parsons holds it in and sliding a pass back in front. Put to the net by Ethan Kitchen. And it's Swankhusen who will hang on to that once again. Got one more game coming up after this tonight. 6:45. Team Red against Team Blue. And that will conclude the day one festivities here. 4 games today, 4 tomorrow, and then 2 on Father's Day on Sunday to wrap up the festivities this weekend with a lot of hockey here in Vernon. 10 games total throughout the course of the weekend. Puck loose at center now as Gray will collect and work back inside of their own zone, chipped ahead. It's Massey who will lay this back down inside of the Team Black end, all the way back down below the goal line. Black will try and escape out of their own end here, but it is taken over on the left wing side by Gray, trying to hold this puck in. 5 goals in the first period for Gray, and then they've added one here in this second period as well. And despite Team Black's best efforts to try and get their way back in this game, it still remains a 6-0 deficit. Here's Pullen back in on the right wing side, and Macklin Pullen tried to push it to the front of the net, and Team Black finds the score sheet, and a playback in front as it's Black who's able to put it on the board and make it a 6-1 hockey game. And it comes courtesy of Nathan Marks at the front of the net, who deposits a loose puck at the top of the crease. And Team Black is on the board here with 13:22 to go in the second period and a 6-1 game. $13:22 to go here in the second. And it's a goal coming off the stick of Nathan Marks, who picks up his first goal of the day. And finally for Team Black, able to break that shutout bid from Gunnar Podolin, as he's way out to play the puck down on the right wing side and trying to find a way to get his team back on the score sheet here, although with a hefty lead of 6-1 now at this point. And here's Gray with that chance and an opportunity now for Gibbons as he walks in, and a good right pad save by Swankhusen. Puck sent to the blue line and forced down low by Gibbons, all the way down below the goal line. Battled for here in the corner, and Team Black trying to escape out of their own end here, but Gray will hold on. Here's Peach with a shot from the top of the left circle. Swallowed up and held by Stankusen, who will hang on and get a face-off back inside of the Team Black zone with 12:25 remaining here in the second period, and a score of 6-1 in favor of Team Black. Or of Team Gray, I should say. So Gray looking to try and get themselves to 2-0 on the day, 2-0 in the tournament as well. Back of the blue line now. It's a long shot from the line that was steered away. That was Mooney that took that shot, and Stankusen was able to knock it down in front. Carried back ahead on the left wing side now by Team Black. A drop pass, nice little move to cut to the middle there for Black. That in the way of Mark, and played down below the goal line. Protecting on the forehand and trying to work that one back up top was Poitras. Gets this back onto his backhand and had that stripped away. A race for it here. Cruikshank working there against Wolfgang Gutenberg. Will go back onto it here in the left wing corner. Picked up by Sears. He'll drop back below the goal line now in the left wing corner. Banks it off the boards here for Mooney, left point to the front of the net. Steered away by the left pad of Stankusen. Rebound comes along right side. Work down low, up the boards that comes, and now it's Black who will try and turn it back the other way. Could have had a partial odd man rush, but nice job by Gray to keep that puck in front of them. Spun back down to the goal line, side of the net, push to the net. Stankusen the save. Rebound, put to the front of the goal once again. A bouncing puck that is just forced away from the front of the net and banks its way back out to the middle of the ice, and a chance the other way. Here's Mark working in left circle, and a good stop by Podolin, who stuck with it the whole way to make that blocker save. Team Gray will advance back out through to center now. Carried across the blue line. Advancing on the right side. A big collision there. We got a penalty upcoming here. It's going to go against Team Black with 10:52 to go in the second period. First penalty of this game. It's an interference call that is going to come against Team Black and in the way of Preston Penno. So it's a power play for Team Gray. They were 0 for 1 on the power play in the opening game of the day. We have yet to have a power play goal scored at all so far here in this tournament this weekend. Face-off glove side of the goal of Stankusen. Gray will possess now as Parsons, the midpoint, try to get a pass across. That was knocked down, so Gray will get back onto it. Here's Parsons with it now. Floats it out ahead at center. Brought back along the left wing side here by Kitchen working in. A drop pass for Taylor. From his knees, slung it across. Back around left side, there's a shot by Parsons that he willed wide. Puck back around to the midpoint now. Parsons, another try. Couldn't get the clean shot away. Team Black trying to advance their way out here with 1:23 remaining on this power play. For Team Gray, they had a chance right in front. That was Archibald from the bottom of the right circle who put that one on. And that was McKenzie, I should say, that put that one right on. And a save by Stankusen. He'll be able to hang on and get a face-off back inside the Team Black end with 10:09 to go here in period number 2. And a draw to come to the glove side of the Team Black netminder at Stankusen's got both the games so far here today. Long shot, that was knocked down, and loose puck will come back up to the left point where it's held on there by Campbell. No second goalie for Team Black right now, so Stankusen has been the guy who got the nod earlier today and also hits the net here today as this puck's flung all the way down inside of the Team Gray end. Gibbons back for it, was worked off of it. Taken along now by Squire, down below the goal line. Going to leave it there and now brought back the other way here by Team Gray as they'll advance up ice. Barnes on the left wing try to stretch for it. Loose puck comes to the left circle. Chipped up off the boards and now cleared down ice by Team Black. Half a minute to go in this Gray power play. Their first of the game, 0 for 1 so far on the weekend. Team Gray working their way out. Gathered up ahead on the right wing side now. Started back in here and into the right wing corner. Stopping up below the goal line is Campbell. Campbell, right wing circle. Turning back to the dot with a shot. That went wide of the goal. Corralled on the left wing here. And it's back to the blue line there for McKenzie. McKenzie shuffled it down low. Quick pass through the slot. No one there. Out of the box trying to race this one down now and trying to get to that for Team Black. Out of the box as Peno makes a move at the goal line, but Campbell did a good job to take the puck away and starts it back out to center. Ben Campbell working wide to the right. Long shot. That one stopped and held. Stankusen will get a face-off back inside of his own zone with 8:33 to go here in the second period. Six to 1 the score in favor of Team Black. And a draw that will come to the left of the goal of Stankusen here. Off the face-off, a scramble forward. This puck will come loose into the right face-off circle. And now we taken over here by Team Black as they'll send it ahead on the right wing side. Brought back in now as Marks throws it off the end boards. Loose puck will come to the left wing and played up the wall. Held on side and a long shot will flutter off a body and into the left wing corner. Crookshank banked it ahead and now back out to center here where it's turned back down by Wolfson. And it is taken back along now on the left wing side by Team Gray. They try to advance in here. Puck around the boards, the left wing side, and work back out at center. Team Black trying to advance their way ahead. Chipped up there by Crookshank. Lightfoot trying to find it as well. Lead feet on the right side, and here's Brum back in. Top of the right circle, drops it off. High slot, walking in his Lightfoot with a shot, and Padol did a good job to get his stick position on that to steer it up and out of play, and a faceoff that will take place back inside of the Team Gray zone. A reminder that today's Grit and Grind Award, a $50 gift certificate to Brown's Social House. Locally owned and operated, Brown's Social House Village Green provides the perfect balance between neighborhood pub and upscale dining. Our guests experience a premium casual environment that makes them feel at home, and that's the term Social House is all about. It is that simple. Worked back in on the right wing side. Here's McKenzie back in front and a pass that was just bunted wide on an opportunity going to the goal for Team Gray, and it is Black that'll carry it back out. Here's Patra back in. High slot feed to the front of the net to the backhand And Team Black on the board once again. And it's Gage Mark who scored twice in the opening game of the day. He's got one here, and it's 6-2. Great feed by Mason Poitras from the right side, who got it back in front for Mark, who was going to the goal, and from his forehand went to the backhand and finished off on the glove side of the net of Gunnar Podolin. So it's Mark with his third goal of the day, picks up the marker and is able to make this a 6-2 hockey game with 7:06 to go here in period number 2. Trying to work that along here is Team Gray, and they'll advance that back up to center. Here's Reed back for it inside of his own zone. Slammed off the boards, rolling on end, back down inside of Team Gray territory. That will go for an icing and a face-off that will come all the way back inside of the Team Black end. So still 6:42 to go in the second period, and still another period to go too. So this one not over quite yet. And it's Team Black that holds the 6-2 lead. Remember, they got ahead 6-0, but or Team Gray that holds 6-2 lead. They got up to by a 6-0 score. Black scored a pair of goals as of late to get themselves back in this one. Puck up the wall on the left wing side. Gray will hold it on side as they try to work toward the front of the net. Back down behind the goal into the left wing corner. Team Gray trying to see this puck come up the boards now, and they will eventually get that up there as that was Pullen that worked it ahead. On the right side, battle for it here just inside the blue line, and bounce towards Peach, who will slide it ahead in a breakaway opportunity. Here's Barnes, works into the backhand off the post. Trying to lift it past the glove side post of Stankusen, and a good save there as he tracked it all the way, but he got a little help from the post as well. Drop down low now into the right wing half board. Taken back on the boards on the right side there by Campbell. That was knocked free, and back the other way comes Team Black. Lifted ahead on the right left wing side, and a long shot. Podolin the save, the rebound in front. Cleared away from the front of the net to the blocker side. Gathered up here, and it will be collected back up the blue line, tipped ahead by Barnes, and forced up the boards on the right side by Team Black. There's Gibbons, who makes his way back inside of his own end, and will flip a backhand feed back out to the Team Gray bench, but they were unable to get the right players on the ice, so a too many men call coming against Team Gray. And I believe we're looking at a Team Black power play here with 5:22 to go in the second period. And at one point was a 6-0 game. It's now 6-2. Nope, they're just going to say that was a stoppage in play. So a face-off that will come back inside the Team Gray zone. Thought maybe we'd see a power play. Here's Squire back with it now. Drops it down low. Lutes back inside of his own end. Plays it up the boards on the left wing side. Sear trying to work that pass, but it was Wolfgang Gutenberger did a good job to hold it on. Now a sliding play back in front and just couldn't connect with his man at the front of the goal. Back in the left wing point toward the front of the net. Bouncing puck that will come loose on the right side. Squire back to the blue line. Wolfgang Gutenberg will drop it down low. Puck intercepted now, loose in the slot and taken here by Brahma. Pushed it toward the front of the net, and Podolin made a good save there as Black continues to pressure right in front. Left wing side now, Lightfoot to the blue line. Penno back for Lightfoot. Working across right side. Wolfgang Gutenberg will take this off the boards. Throw it to the net. That went off of Squire's left skate and reverberated back to the corner before Sear will get tripped up there as he makes his way back in. And a shot there from Brum from the left circle. Podolin there to make the save and hang on. 4:24 remains here in the second period. And a 6-2 game remains in favor of Team Gray. But Team Black putting on the pressure. Right, today's 3 stars are brought to you by Nick Ruffton, real estate profession with Century 21 executives, where the focus is on relationships over transactions. Take the first step and call Nick Ruffton, Century 21 executives, at 778-212-3273 or visit Vernon and ColdstreamHomefinder.com. Team Black back with it off the side of the post. Loose puck in front and cleared away from the front of the goal by Team Gray. And they'll advance it back out the other way. 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Lead feed that Massey will get to on the left wing side. Runs it back down low and around the goal in the left wing. That will come and gathered back up here by Team Black as they'll advance ahead. Carried out through center now across the blue line. Working wide on the right side. Backhanded to the net by Mark. That just slid wide. Forced along the boards on the right wing. Now Massey to skate after it here on the right wing. But nice job by Pilak to get underneath of him to take that puck away. And Team Black trying to send that puck ahead as Poitras just couldn't get to it. Rolls back in on Padola and makes the save. 3:29 to go here in the second period. And Team Black charging to try and get back in this game. Face off to come to the blocker's side of the goal of Gunnar Podolin. And around the boards, that will come back along the left wing side past Barnes and skated onto here by Peach, who tries to get to the net, and a good job of holding that one out on the blocker's side. There by Team Black, Dempminder, and Stankuzen makes a good right pad save there on that point shot. Mooney back down low, skated onto by Barnes on the right side. Barnes up top. Here's Mooney with a long shot. Stankuzen sees it go into the right wing corner. Pressure there as this puck will come around the boards. Holmes back onto it. Played along the left side now, and it's taken here by Team Black. Black advancing to the blue line. Mooney held it on. Here's Peach back with it now to the left wing circle. Gibbons turning back. Left point. Still with it now up to the middle. Slid it across on the right side, on the right half board now where Gray will get possession. Holmes tried to touch it along there, and it will be Black that will take over. Lead feed to work into here. Mooney back forward as he was battling there with Marks and wraps it around the boards on the right side. Gray advancing that out to center. Black will carry back in. Left circle to the net, off the side of the net. Gathered up here by Ponte. Ponte working, high slot, Archibald drags and shoots it, a blocker save by Podolin. Rebound forced into the left circle, and that one's popped up and over the Team Gray net. Flipped high in the air, up and out of play from inside of the Gray zone with 1:51 to go here in the second period of this game. 6-2, Team Gray remains ahead. Still one more period of this hockey game left, and then it's one more game action to you as well at 6:45. Team Red and Team Blue to finish things off on day one of the UMH-68 2010 showcase. Wolf von Gutenberg put it to the front of the net. That was knocked down. Played along the right wing side out to center and slashed back in from neutral territory there by Penno. Team Gray back forward inside of their own zone, and long stretch pass out to center here as Sear will make his way ahead. Fed it ahead through the middle of the ice, and that was just broken up just inside the blue line. Now Lutz will get to it. And started back the other way here. Lutz the defenseman trying to charge ahead. He'll get to it now in the left wing circle, slowing the play and settling in front, and just couldn't find his man at the front of the goal as Sear had that go off the inside of his heel to stick. McWhorter down low. Centering pass came back in front. Black to it at the slot. Final minute of play here in period number 2. Poked ahead on the left wing side. Sear trying to advance his way up with that. Lightfoot let it go. Now here's Squire, who couldn't quite get the handle on it. Brought back the other way here. Campbell working through a stick check. Walks his way into the slot. We got a penalty upcoming as Campbell tried to go end to end. Stankuzen did a good job to get in front of that. And it's going to be Team Gray that is going to go to the power play for the second time here in this game. It's a hooking call that comes against Team Black. And it's once again going to be Preston Penno who's penalized for the second time here in this game. So 42 seconds remains in this second period, and it's going to be a power play for Team Gray. They're 0 for 1 so far on the man advantage here today, and 0 for 2 in the tournament so far. We're 0 for 1 in their opening game. McKenzie down low. Here's Kitchen trying to get it back in front. Intercepted on a backhanded. Worked ahead on the right wing side. Could be a shorthanded chance here. It's Gage Mark to the net. He scores! A shorthanded goal for Gage Mark. His second of the game. His fourth of the day. And Team Black making noise. They've scored 3 unanswered to make it 6-3. Gage Mark, what a performance in the opening game. He scored a pair. He's got a pair here in this game as well. Picks up his 4th of the day, and this one comes short-handed, getting past the defender and sliding it past Gunnar Podolin. And a 6-0 lead for Team Gray has now turned into a 6-3 advantage. 17 seconds to go, picked off at the front of the net, and that was put toward the goal. Pilak had that one stopped, and they're in danger of a 2-goal lead as that puck comes back out to center. Team Black, all the momentum here in this second period so far. 2 seconds to go in the second frame. Maybe one last chance shorthanded, but that will sound the buzzer on period number 2. Well, Team Gray got ahead 6-0. And then it came to be a complete turn of events as it was Tanner Massey to put his team ahead by a 6-0 score. But following that, it was Team Gray, or it was Team Black that came back and scored 3 goals of their own, 2 of them coming from Gage Mark, who's been outstanding all day. He's got 4 goals so far on the day and in the tournament. And it is Team Black who have made their way back into this hockey game a little bit. 6-3 is the score after 40 minutes of play here from Vernon this afternoon. So what looked like it was going to be a runaway game in favor of Team Gray. Team Black has bounced back and made this a 3-goal game heading in to period number 3. So we should be set up for what should be an interesting third period, just given everything that transpired in that opening, or through the opening 2 periods. Of course, one more game coming up after this as well. Team Red versus Team Blue. That one coming up here at 6:45 here from Cal Tire Place North here in Vernon. But right now, a lead for Team Black by a score of 6-3, and 3 unanswered goals, as we mentioned, for Team Black. Team Gray ahead 6-3. It's been an impressive showing because of the 9 goals that we've had so far. We've had 8 different goal scores, so it's been interesting to see that end of the spectrum come through and make for very entertaining hockey in that way so far on this day. Of course, for Team Black, the big story, Gage Mark. I think the big story for Team Gray is just the ability for them to get scoring from all over, and everybody can find the back of the net for Team Gray. A lot of different providers and a lot of different contributors finding the back of the net for Team Gray so far here in this game. But they find themselves with the lead to Team Gray by a score of 6-3 after 40 minutes. Looking to try and find their way to a 2-0 record here in Game 1. Still a little bit of work to do, though, in a 6-3 game. Up by 3 goals. We're up by 6 goals at one point in this hockey game, but have found their way to a 6-3 lead after 40 minutes of play, and we're pleased to be joined by the head coach of Team Gray, who's got his team ahead 6-3 right now, Glenn Carnegie. Glenn, thanks for making speedy work to come back up here and join us. So far, your team ahead. I know maybe not the finish you wanted to see in that second period, but the offense supreme, and I think the most impressive thing has been the fact that you get goals from everywhere.
Yeah, we got 3 lines going and our defense jumping into the play, so that's the way we've talked about playing and what our identity is, to have everyone going and keep everyone in the offense and trying to score goals. So.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty fun day so far today. Your team won earlier today as well, so have had a lot of good things to celebrate. When you come to a camp like this, it's always so interesting because you see players that you've worked with before, some that you haven't as well. So is it a fun experience for you to kind of get to know some more personalities around the hockey world?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's such a fun age, too, and these kids are just starting to learn how to play the game the right way. And you're getting some really, really skilled hockey players out there. And so it's exciting. It's a lot of fun, and they're making real smart hockey plays.
I think that is the most impressive thing, and I'm sure something that you've seen as well, because you're a skills coach working with Vancouver Canucks at one point, the Kelowna Rockets as well as other various junior teams. As you've worked and progressed as a skills coach, have you noticed that really no matter what age group it is, the skills just seem to get better and better.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I started in the NHL I think in 2008, 2009, and just the speed itself. And most of these players have skating coaches now at 7, 8 years old, if not earlier. So they're spending a ton of time working on their skills and development. So, and you see it at the NHL. You see players coming in at 18, 19 years old and having a big impact on the game. So yeah, it's making for a lot of fun, and it's making the game fun to watch.
I think it can even be said that you can play a tournament in the middle of June, and it still has this kind of speed and it still has this kind of play, because a lot of these players don't know each other. Obviously, there's some guys from same teams, but at the same point, trying to find chemistry can be tough. But does that just go to show how ready guys are, that they could go maybe a month without putting the skates on and come back in a tournament like this and be ready and amped up to play games?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, nowadays hockey is pretty much a 12-month sport. So I don't think too many of these guys have been off the ice for that long. And I know a lot of them are academy players, and I think they're still probably skating twice a week, if not 3 times. So yeah, it just seems the way the game's going, where it's almost 12 months a year, and but to come together as a group, and that's what we're trying to do, as some team building and team bonding, get them to know each other as best they can, and have some fun.
You've seen some good players on your team so far. Tanner Massey, one of those guys who has had a really good day. But, when you watch, you're still getting to know the guys, obviously. It's only the first day of the weekend. But is there anybody that's kind of stuck out in your mind that you've seen that's had some pretty good performances so far in the first game and 2 periods?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. Ben Camelback on defense is having strong. Riley, he's going there. Sorry, his last name escapes me right now. Taylor. So I think, there's lots of guys stepping up and all in different roles, and we've kind of been changing the lines up a little bit too, trying to find who has chemistry with who. So hopefully by Sunday we'll have that dialed in and we'll be ready to go.
Is there any little bets going on between the 4 coaches to see who could finish out on top?
I can't comment on that. I know nothing about any betting.
Lastly, a 6-3 game for your team here. It's tough as a player to play back-to-back games on days and to play 2 games in a day, given the speed and given the intensity. So when you come to the last period, obviously, more so just about trying to limit the mistakes, I'm sure, for your team, and try to find a way that, every kid's got pride. They want to try and win games. They want to try and finish 2-0 today.
100%. I mean, we're going to come out, we're going to play the same way. We've talked about a team identity, and that's playing hard with speed, physical, and relentless pursuit on the puck. So we're going to do the same thing in the third and let the chips fall where they do.
Well, we appreciate your time. Yep. Thanks for this, Glenn. Best of luck in the third period.
Thank you.
Glenn Carnegie, head coach of Team Grey. We're back after this. Third period action upcoming here from the UMH-68 2010 showcase. 6-3, Team Grey ahead. Back after this, getting you set for the third period. Welcome back inside Cal Tire Place North here in Vernon. Trevor Miller here with you. Period 3 action coming your way between Team Black and Team Gray at the UMH-68 2010 Showcase. Third period action underway. Team Gray did lead this game 6-0. Team Black has gotten themselves back within 3 goals. The puck sent all the way down inside of the Team Gray zone. We heard from Glenn Carnegie, the coach of Team Gray. Big thanks to him for joining us throughout the course of that second intermission. Has been a Sills coach at numerous levels, including with the Vancouver Canucks and Kelowna Rockets as well. As puck into the high slot now, and a chance there for Peach. That was knocked down on an opportunity, and then in the right circle, thrown wide of the net by Ben Campbell, all the way down inside of Team Gray territory. Remember, they still have 39 seconds of power play time to work with after a late penalty for Team Black, but they did score short-handed on, courtesy of Gage Marks, second of the game, and his 4th goal of the day. Carried along the right wing side now. Leo Pilak will be tied up there on the right wing boards. Puck will come free and spill back into the right wing circle before it's played back out to center. Reed will get to that and fires it back inside of Team Gray territory. Lutz back forward, starting his way back out from his own end here. Lutz will make his way out through to center. Carrying now across the blue line into the right circle and tried to feed that back in front before it was knocked away and cleared up the boards to the right side. Preston Pennell coming out of the penalty box. Had an opportunity for a break the last time he came out of the box. Now he's got the puck again in the offensive zone, but nice job working in deep there for Team Gray to take that one away, and they'll start back ahead on the right side. Forced along the right wing and put to the middle of the ice. That was knocked down there by Marks and thrown all the way back down through neutral territory. Here's McKenzie with it now. Floated it across on the right wing side. Started ahead now. Barnes trying to advance his way out, and that's knocked down and played free here for Holmes, who will get it ahead and flip back inside of the offensive zone here. Battle for the puck in the corner. Worked free up the wall, and Team Black will advance their way back out through to center. Holmes back with it again. Across on the left wing side for McKenzie. McKenzie fed it ahead on the right wing and carried back ahead by Gibbons. His long try toward the front of the goal is steered away and handled and held up there on the try by the Team Black netminder and Hudson Swank, who's able to make the save there. 6-3 the score in favor of Team Gray, trying to go 2-0 here on this Friday. Faceoff will come to the glove side and off the draw. Taken over here by Team Black as they'll work it ahead. Macklin Pullen will play it to the middle. Here's Marks, who carries back in, but just offside was Dominic Ponte, trying to make his way back inside of the offensive zone. So a faceoff that will come back inside of neutral territory. With just over 2.5 minutes gone here in this third period. 6-3 our score. Banked out through to center now as Team Gray will make their way ahead. Here's Holmes in the high slot with a shot. Ponte had that one knocked down and forced ahead now back out through the center there by Team Black. And it is McKenzie who will put the handle and work it free. Played back out to center now. Gibbons advancing in. Top of the left circle. Put it to the net. Blocker down on the right side there. That was knocked down by Stankuza. Played along left wing side. Rise Barnes will try and get it toward the front of that. He was hauled down. Puck held on side here by Team Gray. Worked along to the left wing half board. Now it's Taylor who will gather it. Riley Taylor, left wing circle to the net. Nicely steered away by Stankus, and rebound comes free back in front, and Team Black trying to start ahead. Gray with some strong pressure here in the early going of the third. There's Wolfgang Gutenberg who plays it in along the right side. Brum trying to advance that one down ice, he will, all the way back down below the goal line. Played up the right wing side now as Gibbons will misfire on the pass, and that comes all the way back inside of the Team Black zone. Looking up ice is Reed, and he turned it over. A chance in front, and a good save there on the right pad. That came off the play of Stankusen, who was able to get in front of that one. Puck held up on the left wing side as Lightfoot tried to advance it down. Stankusen will leave it back behind his net. Here's Reed back with it. Pressured there off the puck as he'll work it ahead on the right side. Squire tried to sort through a check. Team Gray got it back to the front of the net, but McWhirter couldn't quite get the handle on that. Bouncing puck now is worked ahead. Here's Campbell, the defender, and deep. He scores. From the forehand to the backhand, Ben Campbell's got his second goal of the game. And the defender makes it a 7-3 game with some nifty hands in tight. Team Black gave the puck away inside of the offensive zone. And it's Ben Campbell who gets to it and finds his spot to go from his forehand to his backhand past the blocker's side of Hudson Stankosen. And it is now a 7-3 game in favor of Team Gray as they charge in for more, looking to try and add to the lead once again. Sent all the way down inside of the Team Gray zone, and Gunnar Podolin will just hang on to it and get a whistle back inside of the Team Gray end. So it's a 7-3 lead now for Team Gray, who add to the advantage here in this game. Off the draw now, it's Jacques back at the blue line with a shot that went off a body and forced around to the left wing side. Battle for the puck here along the boards in the left wing. And that will be halted because got a penalty on the play. And it's going to be Team Gray who's going to go to the penalty box for the first time. Cross-checking is the call. And it will be against Carter McKenzie. So a power play upcoming here for Team Black. Black gets their first power play of the entire tournament right now. And we'll go to work here on the man advantage after drawing the penalty on the cross-checking call against McKenzie. So controlled now. Right side trying to work that back down low is Pilak, who will get this back on the right wing side. Pilak down low. Worked along the goal line now and back along to the right wing point. Up with that and controlling on his forehand is Jacques, working in left wing circle. Down to the corner, below the goal line, back behind the net. Still with it now as he makes his way back up top right point. Working free with that is Edwards with a long shot that was steered away by Podolin. Here's Pilak now still trying to get the handle on it. Sent up the boards. Edwards holds it on side. Gets it across on the right wing. Making a move is Jacques. High slot takes the shot. That was blocked. Getting it back again on the left wing side is the Team Black defender. Jacques down low with 1 minute to go in this power play, and Team Black's held the puck inside of the offensive zone virtually the whole time. Edwards right side, working back in and now sending that down low is Mark. Behind the net here, making room is Pilak, working into the corner with the puck. Still waiting for a play to develop in front. Sends it along left wing. Turning back on that and playing it down is Patra, who tried to get the shot away. That was knocked down. He gets it back again. Mason Patra now with it now at the right point. Across left side, here's Edwards. Edwards slides it back in front. A loose puck picked up by Team Gray, and they'll fire it down ice. The only special teams goal we've had so far in this tournament was the shorthanded goal earlier in this game by Gage Mark. 20 seconds to go in this power play, the first for Black, and tough obviously to get any momentum going when on the power play, playing with players that you've never played with before. 13:20 to go here in the third, and we'll go all the way back down inside of the Team Black end. So that'll just about do it for the power plays. Edwards is knocked down. Peno's onto it now. Out of the box is McKenzie. So we're back to 5-on-5, and 0 for 1 is the Team Black power play as they'll try and work ahead 5-on-5. Poland sends this one back inside of the offensive zone. That will go for an icing and a face-off that will come back inside of Team Black territory. Reminder that today is brought to you by Up My Hockey with Jason Podolin, the hockey podcast about reaching your potential. Visit upmyhockey.com for information on mindset training for hockey players. Grow your mindset, grow your game. Back at the left point now. Sent to the front of the net. Steered away by the right pad of the goaltender there in Stankusen. And now a chance is out of the net is Podolin, who dangerously came out to his hash marks to play the puck back to the blue line, but bought his team some time to get back onto it here. Down to the corner now, it's Campbell. Campbell sending that puck ahead right through the uprights of the defenders of the blue line and all the way down ice. That will go. No icing on the play, is back for it now and trying to work his way out with that is the black defender, the team black defender, and Von de Gutenberg, and that will come back along left wing side, taken over here by Team Gray. Into the left circle and a shot by Campbell, bidding for his hat trick, forced it just wide. Puck sent all the way down inside of the Team Gray end. Here's Mooney back for it. Reversing angles around on the left side. Penno, a centering pass in front and went off a couple of bodies and just went wide of the goal. Scooped up here by Team Gray as they'll charge ahead. Opportunity down the left wing side for Crookshank to get to the net. Stankusen in the save and the rebound just goes back behind the goal. Team Black back with it again as they will charge their way up ice. Ponte back for it now into the left circle with a shot and a glove save by Podolin, who keeps that out with 11:40 to go here in the third period. A reminder that our last game of the day coming up right after this one, 6:45 start time, so 45 minutes away we'll have Team Red taking on Team Blue to finish out the opening day of the festivities here on this UMH-68 2010 showcase. There's Massey with a shot that went off a leg back to the corner. Up the boards and out of play. That came off the stick of a Team Gray defender. 11:23 remaining here in period number 3. Faceoff will come to the glove side of the goal of Hudson Stankusen. We'll get some much needed rest after the 2 games he played today. Again, Team Black does not have 2 goaltenders, so it is Stankusen who got the bulk of the action. In fact, all the action here today. Sure we'll get a nice little reset and hit the sheets early tonight, and a chance here for Team Black working in, and a terrific move on the backhand up and over the glove side of Podolin. And Team Black's made it 7-4 with 11 minutes to go here in the third. Great pass to the front of the net. Terrific move from the forehand to the backhand, and it's put home by Brum to make this game 7-4. Colton Brum, the Surrey product, have been bidding for one all day today, had been denied on a couple of opportunities, but gets that puck in front and goes from his forehand to his backhand and lifts it up and over the glove side of Podolin. So 11 minutes to go here in the third, and a great goal by Brum to make this a 7-4 hockey game. Well, a lot of candidates to choose from for 3 stars given the offensive outbursts that we've seen so far here in this game. Carried ahead on the right side now by Team Black and forced back down inside of the Team Gray zone. Ben Campbell would probably be my pick for first star in this game if I were to get one, but I don't know if they leave it up to the broadcasters as Campbell gets to a burst of speed through the middle of the ice, working down the left wing side on his backhand, try to center it in front, pushed away from the front of the goal by Edwards neatly. Started back out through to center. Here's Lightfoot now getting in across the blue line. Left wing circle, Lightfoot to the net. Off a stick as that puck fluttered its way back into the right wing corner. Played back along the boards there in the right corner and trying to work that puck up to the blue line as Team Black does. They'll force it down low. Edwards played it back down below the goal line. Intercepted here, and Team Gray will advance their way out from center. Working it across the blue line now. Here's Taylor back with it. Taylor flushed that down low and picked off by Team Black, and they'll fire it all the way back down ice. That will go for an icing and a faceoff that will come back inside of the Team Black zone with 9:42 remaining here in the third period. Faceoff to come to the blocker side of Hudson Stankusen. And off the draw, this is forced back down below the goal line now as Penno will try and get to it. Puck centered in the high slot, and a shot by Cruikshank. That was knocked down. Loose puck comes back across to the blocker side and forced just away from the front of the goal. Wrapped around left side and flung back in deep. Here's Sear back with it now. Cruising his way back to the right side. Now back up top for Holmes. Holmes stretched it back along the right wing and intercepted and played back up by Team Black as they'll advance their way out to center just past the outstretched stick of Gage Mark. Floated back inside of Team Black territory. That will go for an icing with 9:01 to go here in period number 3. And the game now 7-4 in favor of Team Gray. So a draw that will come to the glove side of the goal of Podolin. And off the draw now, and it's collected up here by Black. They'll flush it back down low. Here's McKenzie battling there on the end boards with Patra. Puck worked free into the left wing corner, and scrum fourth there as that comes up the boards. Held on there by Archibald. Left it along there in the left half board. Now Archibald back forward and threw that puck toward the front of the net, steered away by the blocker of Podolin. 8.5 to go here in the third. Gathered up by Team Black now as Patra works his way back up to the midpoint with a shot and a glove save by Podolin, who will hang on to it and get a face-off back inside of the Team Gray end with 8:18 to go here in period number 3 in a 7-4 game. Again, Team Black, if the score holds on, will be 1-1 after the opening day of festivities. Team Gray 2-0. We've got a couple of teams that are searching for their first wins coming up after this in Team Red and Team Blue. So Gray picks up the victory today. They will lead the charts and lead the standings after one day, no matter what happens in our evening finale. Here's Gibbons at the blue line, lost the handle. Archibald carrying back in with 8 minutes to go now in the third period and forced this puck back in deep around the boards on the left wing side and played back up to the blue line there, held on by Marks as he'll throw it back onto the stick of Mooney, who will take over. Mooney back up with that now on the left wing side, and Gibbons will find the handle on that, working his way in on the right wing. Turning back at the top of the right circle, floated that one in toward the front of the net. That was filtered away to the right wing corner, and Campbell couldn't find that in his skates, but picked up and sent in deep by Gibbons. Worked around behind the goal. Here's Taylor. Taylor back up with it now to the blue line, a long shot. That was knocked down in front. Loose puck comes free to the right wing corner, and Archibald will try and clear this back up the boards, but it's held on here by Team Gray as they try to advance their way in. Centering a pass back along the right side. There's Campbell with a try toward the front of the goal. That was knocked away, and it's Team Black that will escape and start out the right wing side. Advancing in on the right wing there, trying to work their way in on the right wing was Team Black, unable to do so, and now it's carried along here by Team Gray, and they'll advance ahead. Barnes stripped of it. There's Marquez that will get away with it now as Marks throws it in from inside the blue line, just wide of the goal on the blocker side of Podolin. Scrambled puck toward the front of the goal and steered away from the front of the net and carried back ahead by Campbell, who just had that stripped away from him. Cleared back up the left wing side, and Sear will see this puck go back down inside of the Team Black zone. Fought ahead on the left wing. Here's Lightfoot ahead. Squire with a pass ahead. Couldn't connect there with his man. That will go for an offside here as Team Black touches back up, and Brum gets back onside. 6:05 to go here in the third period. Flown back in on the left wing here by Team Gray as they try to force that one toward the front of the net. That was knocked down. Puck chipped along the left wing side and carried back ahead by Lightfoot. Lightfoot working his way back across the blue line, banks it off the end boards, and bouncing puck goes to the side of the net. Loose there at the side of the goal, and trying to force that one in was Squire from the blocker side. Rimmed around on the left wing. Battle for the puck here in the corner as this one will come back down below the goal line. Centering feed back out to the slot. To the backhand goes Brum down to the forehand on the goal line and tried to force that one by before it was knocked down. 5.5 to go now in the third. Team Black back with the possession in the offensive zone as that will be played back up the boards on the left wing side. And Wolfgang Gutenberg couldn't hold it in. Carried ahead on the left wing by Team Gray. A long shot that Stankusen makes the save. And going to face off back inside of the Team Black zone with 5:11 to go here in period number 3. And a face-off that will come to the blocker side of the goal of Team Black. And a timeout called here. And Team Gray has called the timeout, which is interesting. Up by a 7-4 score with 5:11 to go here in the third period. Team Gray calls their timeout. Glenn Carnegie trying to rally the troops here for Team Gray, as is Colton Sparrow for Team Black. So a 30-second timeout here for Team Gray, trying to finish this one off here and trying to find a way to get themselves a second victory here on day number 1. Team Black trying to find their way to keep themselves back in this hockey game, down by 3 with just over 5 minutes remaining. So a face-off to come to the blocker's side of the goal of Stankusen off the draw. Long stretch pass for Black will come the way of Gage Mark, who's in alone looking for the hat trick, and he flew it up and over the goal. Tracked down from behind on the defensive play to break his stride, but now it's Patra back in the slot, looking for Mark in the right face-off circle. Dropped it back down to the right corner. Patra left it there and centering a pass in front for Mark, and Podolin able to come out to the top of the crease and make the save and hang on with 4:43 remaining here in the third period. And a great job there at the front of the goal as Podolin got right out to the top of the crease and defended that play well. As this is wrapped back around on the right wing side and flipped back through the middle here as Taylor will make his way back in, or at least attempt to there as he was knocked off stride. Loose puck comes to the slot and corralled by Archibald, who will turn back onto it inside of his own zone as lead feet ahead just out of the reach of Barnes. Now it's Mark that will take over. Mark a pass ahead on the right wing side. Here comes Black back in now, high slot. Dropping off for Mark, who will find the handle on it here on the right half board. 4:05 to go here in the third. Back down below the goal line and trying to push that one toward the front of the net is Team Black. They're onto it again. Here's Patra back to the blue line. Archibald holding and shooting. That one off a leg in front, and Mooney will find the handle on it. Will lay a backhander off the glass and all the way down ice. A race for it here as Reed is first to it. Defending there against Gibbons. He was hauled down as the puck will come along on the left side, and we do have a penalty coming up here. And Team Black will go right back to the power play. 3:43 to go here in the third period, and off for the tripping minor is Charlie Gibbons. So a power play for Black. They're 0 for 1 so far, and another big opportunity for them to try and make their way to get this game even closer and cut the deficit to 2. And now Team Black's going to call a timeout, so everybody's using all their timeouts. 3:43, we'll see if they elect to send their goaltender in Stankusen to the bench for the extra attacker. So 7-4 the score in favor of Team Gray. And they're trying to keep this lead, but they're on the penalty kill right now. So it'll be a 5-on-4 power play. We'll see if they elect to send Stankusen to the bench for the extra attacker. And they will now. So a 6-on-4 attack here for Team Black, down by 3. With 3:43 remaining here in the third period. As we get the penalty clock figured out here. Trying to figure out 2 minutes on there. There we go. 2 minutes on there. There's another penalty for 2 seconds. I say we just have that one wind down. I think they will. So 3:43 to go here in the third. And a 6-on-4 here for Team Black. Getting the puck back of the blue line now and controlling it on the backhand here is Jacques, who gets it back again. Back of the blue line. Right wing feed to the right circle. Back to the front of the net. Tipped on. Podolin the save. Redirected on by Patra in front, and that was Mark that put it on from the right circle. So 3:28 to go now in the third period. 7-3 the score remains in favor of Team Gray as Team Black continues to try and find the push back and try to find an answer here to get themselves back in the hockey game and make it a 2-goal game. Back at the blue line, held on. Here's Marks at the left point. Left it along for Jacques, who carries back in. Left circle to the net. That was stopped. The rebound comes free, and it's cleared all the way off the boards and back down ice. No icing on the play because Team Gray is shorthanded. Getting that one first is Crookshank, but he was 1-on-5 inside of the defensive zone, so now it'll be Team Black to carry ahead. Here's Brum to get past the defender in McKenzie, working this puck around to the corner. 1:15 to go in power play time, and Team Gray will send this down the ice once more. Archibald back for it. Got it headed through the middle of the ice. Carried back in on the right side, now controlling right circle. Off the crossbar on that shot from the right wing side by Patra, who got his way to room there in the right circle and found that shot go off the crossbar and out of play. So a face-off that will come to the glove side of the net. Gunnar Podolin, 57 seconds remaining here in this power play for Team Black. 2:39 to go here in period number 3. Puck scrambled for here on the right wing side, and Team Gray will play it all the way down, trying to race after it here short-handed. Is Nicholas Peach trying to get to it first, but he was defended well against the inboards there by Archibald and carried back ahead through center here by Team Black. Here's Pullen back with it through center. Gets in across the blue line on the left wing side. Pullen run into now as this will come back down below the goal line. With it there is Team Black as they'll chuck it back behind the goal. Sent along right wing side now. Controlled there by Archibald. Pass to the right circle and collected up and now played back to the blue line. And off the boards, that will come along to the right side. Cleared down the ice and just wide of the right post. No icing because there's still 9 seconds left in this Team Black power play. 1:45 to go here in the third period. Out of the box now is Gibbons, so it's a 6-on-5 attack with the net empty here for Team Black with a minute and a half to go, and Team Gray controlling inside the zone. Here's Massey trying to get that back to the front of the net. That was knocked down. Massey got it back again along the boards on the right side. Trying to find the handle now in deep there. And throwing it toward the empty net. That was knocked down in front, and making a save there was Archibald in front. Trying to get it to the blue line. Campbell held it on, but quickly advanced back ahead on the left wing side by Lightfoot. 1:10 to go in the third. Gray with a strong stretch pass through center. Here's Massey with it now as he tried to make his way inside the zone. Team Black intercepted. Bouncing puck in neutral ice. Scooped up here. Loose inside the blue line and forced to head through to center now, where Massey will leave it there and toward the empty net. It's Team Gray to finish this one off on a long shot by Ethan Kitchen into the empty goal. And with 53 seconds to go in the third, that makes it an 8-4 Team Gray lead. So Team Gray survived a bit of a flurry in that second period from Team Black, who able to find the back of the net 3 consecutive times. But Team Gray is going to hang on here and find their record to go to 2-0 here on the opening day of this UMH-68 2010 showcase. Gray will make their way ahead here, trying to Advance inside of the offensive zone. Here's Edwards back down below the goal line in the final 35 seconds of action here in this game. Puck will come back out to center and raced onto here back inside of the zone by Lutz. Turning back inside of his own end. 8 goals here for Team Grey in this game, and done so by 7 different scorers. Sent ahead to center. Gibbons will work it back in deep. 5 seconds to go here in the third period as it's worked back around on the right wing side. Brum back for it there into the corner, and that will sound the buzzer on this one. Team Grey, a very good performance here on day number 1. Impressive to say the least. 8-4, the final score. Team Grey picks up the win and find themselves to be 2-0 after day 1 of this UMH-68 2010 showcase. So they will go into tomorrow as the leaders in the standings. Will Team Grey after today's performance. And a strong one there for Grey at that. Black 1-1 after an earlier victory over Team Blue by a 5-2 score, and will find themselves to be 1-1 leading into tomorrow. These two teams back in action tomorrow. It'll be Grey up in the early game tomorrow morning at 8:15. 10:45, it'll be Team Black who will get back into action in that one tomorrow, and that will all set up the semifinal matchups. So we don't know who will play who after that. It'll just depend on where the standings sit and who may play who. Get to our post-game awards, and we'll get to the game's Grit and Grind Award, which is brought to you by Brown's Social House.
This game's recipient for the Grit and Grind Award going to Team Black's number 8, Austin Archibald.
So Austin Archibald will get the Grit and Grind Award for Team Black. And we'll get to our 3 stars of today's game, brought to you by Nick Ruffton, real estate professional with Century 21 Executives.
Our 3rd star of this game will be receiving a gift card worth $25 to Source for Sports here at Grit. It's going to Team Gray's number 17, Brady Shear.
So Brady Sear for Team Grey will pick up the 3rd star honors. He scored one of the 8 goals for Team Grey in this game.
Our 2nd star is going to receive a $50 gift card to Source for Sports from Team Black number 17, Gage Mark.
And Gage Mark, the 2nd star of this game, and not very surprising there as well. 2 goals for Mark, 4 on the day for him, and I think that's about $150 in Source for Sports cash that he's been able to find as well. And the 1st star of today's game will be Ben Campbell. Not very surprising there as well. Campbell had a pair of goals, was a couple inches away from a hat trick marker here today, and the defender picking up the 3rd star honors, or the 1st star honors of this game. So it is Team Grey that comes away victorious by a final score of 8-4. Everybody gets their picture taken with the 3 stars. And another game in the books. So Grey and Black done for the day. They'll pick up action tomorrow. We've got one final game coming up at 6:45. Just over 15 minutes, just over 20 minutes away here to finish this one off on day 1 of this tournament. It's Team Red versus Team Blue, and we hope you can join us for that one. Until then, thank you for tuning in. The UMH-68 2010 Showcase. We're back in just over 20 minutes for the 4th and final game of the day.